Well, here we are. I hope you guys could hear me. You guys out there, give me a thumbs up if you could hear me. Got a thumbs up, that's good. We got actually on time. It's a big difference when you're not on network time and you're on regular your own time. So here we go. We got the field there. That's our 49ers Chiefs. This is what it looked like. Got the 49ers on one side. Got our helmets back there. We got the Chiefs and the Niners in our game today. And we have guests waiting to come on. We got Patrick Mahomes. I think this is his fourth trip in the last 5 years. Kind of a dynasty if you think about it. And versus Brock Purdy, somewhat of a rookie team around him. So we're going to bring some. Okay, wait. I got to talk to my audio guy. Hey, audio guy, lose the music. There we go. I probably should have had it lower anyway. That's why I need an A3 on this show. So, but it's good to. We're going to do a preview. We'll probably do a post game in a day or two. It's pretty exciting to be watching the game. It's going to be an exciting game. It's I guess because of the time, it's West Coast over East Coast. I think the game is about 3 o'clock West Coast time, and in a good city. I got some information about how they pick not how they pick cities, but requirements. So anyway, let's bring on Mr. Lou.
Hey, you hear me?
From New Orleans.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. A little low.
Yeah, you'll all be coming here next year.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yep. New Orleans, 2025.
I think that was the. Oh man, I should have I have pictures from there when I did. I did a couple of. There was a bunch of Super Bowls there. I remember working with ESPN and with Fox over there, and that was pretty exciting. In New Orleans, there was a couple of them. And they do it up nicely. They do a lot of stuff around the city because it's not concentrated. Las Vegas is kind of concentrated in that one area. New Orleans was spread around like the whole city. LA had nothing because it's, in the middle of nowhere, really, Inglewood. And you know what? I think let's bring on Tim from Arizona. Tim, good to see you back. Good to see you back.
Yeah.
You had a Super Bowl in Arizona recently also, right?
Yeah, that was the last one up at the what people call here the big toaster, because it looks like a giant toaster as you approach it.
Which that's not where the school is, right? Do they have a new stadium?
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice. It's in Glendale, which was a lot of junkyards and open fields. So they built it really out in the middle of nowhere and did the Robert Kraft thing. Michael Bidwell did the Robert Kraft thing where he did shopping centers around it where they can make all the money off bars and shopping centers that he owns.
Right.
Big news here is Brock Purdy went to a high school in Gilbert, Arizona here. So everybody's very excited. And
what do you think of Brock Purdy?
I like him, and I don't think it's too big for him. They're saying it's a rookie, but he is unshakable in a lot of ways. He had a bad game against the Packers, but he got through it. And one of the things I like is they asked him, "Do you want a nickname?" And he goes, "No, I'll stick with Mr. Irrelevant." So right. I think it would be great to see Mr. Irrelevant win a Super Bowl.
Right. And they didn't have a great game last week or 2 weeks ago either. I mean, they got kind of lucky on a couple of things. They were down by what was it, like 14-3 or something, and
Yeah.
or something like that. And remember they had the bounce off the helmet, and they had the
Right.
fumble recovery or something, and
And Dan Campbell needs to learn to kick field goals. Yeah.
oh man, that is so important. That is so important. Last week we showed how not on Buffalo missed, and also
Yes.
Green Bay missed. I showed
Yes.
that replay. Like that kind of went away after the Buffalo bad field goal. That kind, because that was such an important one. But Green Bay was in the same position because it would have been a tied game, and who knew this could have been anybody's going into the Super Bowl. And then going back, I'm thinking about remember when Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, they had that playoff game. They had a great season, and then he scores like 3 points in the snow in the playoffs. Remember that? That was a few years ago. That was a horror show.
And Lamar Jackson, same way. He's got the rap now. Chokes in playoff games. Let's face it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of running quarterbacks. I think I'm going to bring on a new guest, a new sports glutton. So, Mr. Mario, nice to have you.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good. Where are you coming in from?
Los Angeles.
Oh, you're around the block. You are down the block from us.
Yeah.
You got Lou in New Orleans, Tim in Tucson, and me up in Hollywood, and you down LA. Good to see you. Nice to have a new face on.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yes,
right.
sir.
So I'm gonna let me see if I got the Lamar thing. What is Lamar? Here we go. Let me see if I got this. I want to play this.
9 pressure, and they got him.
No, I didn't get to the beginning of that. Let me see if I get to the beginning. Let me see if I could play that again. So he's back, and I have a feeling this is why I just don't like running quarterbacks, because in the back of their mind, they're not only looking for receivers, but they're looking for that hole. And then they get caught up.
9 pressure, and they got him. That is.
So I'm not a big fan of that. What? Any comments on Lamar?
Actually, I'm the opposite because I used to play quarterback and wide receiver.
Oh boy,
in high school and college.
He's going to take the run position.
I do it all. I like to run. I like to throw. I like to keep people off balance. When I'm just constantly throwing, it's easy for them to pick me up. But when I'm running and mixing it up, makes things a little bit harder.
Right. Yeah. I think they got him down though. They could zone on him. They know his game a little bit, and he had a great season. They had a fantastic season. But then when you get into this playoff situation, it's another. Let me see if I got another Lamar. I'm going to be like hammering Lamar a little. I just think he's overrated. He got another one right here. Oh, here we go.
They're throwing this here. 1 of 7 on 3rd down. This is only 3rd and 1 as he's dancing around.
Throw it.
Looks up, and he gets taken down for a sack by Ward.
So the thing I would have liked to have seen, though, because, this is going to be big today also, is and they don't do it enough. They show it when they make catches or interceptions, but when the guy gets sacked, they never show an end zone replay of the coverage of why he's sacked. Like, what is he not seeing out there that, we never see those kind of replays. We never see the tight coverage. We see the sack, or we see the interception, but we don't see the coverage. And there's obviously coverage going on.
They have enough cameras. They should be able to do it.
Oh my God, they must have. I saw the crew list for this game. There's got to be, 50 cameras at least with ISO and
419 recordings.
Wow.
Oh, probably right. And
I think they have 3 spiders, which for those who don't know, that's the wire camera that does it.
Right. The only problem with those is when it rains, there's no one to wipe them off. So, but I just think it's the lack of sense as far as the tape ads in the back, because they got tape ads on this show, the producer calls on these shows. I just see it over and over that they don't show these replays. I think they're very important, the coverage, and I guess it's not as exciting as a sack, but I think it's an important aspect of the for the viewer to see. I would certainly show it, if I was doing it. But Lou, as you know, if I said something to the producer, he'd probably tell me to be quiet and get out of the room.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Mario in that Lamar gets blamed for that, and if they show the coverage being tight, the sack doesn't look that bad from the quarterback's point of view. If there's nobody to throw to, but it makes it look like, oh, he can't read coverages.
Right.
And that's a slam on him or any quarterback like that.
Right.
And that's really bad for, it's a false narrative that they're doing.
Right. Right. So let's see what happens today. I know the production team over there, and I'm hoping that, it'll be a good show, but I would like to see, because this is going to be a tight situation. They're going to be on, what is Purdy going to be seeing? Mahomes. Yeah. I'll be showing some more of that. We're going to bring on a couple of more people. Joining us from last week, returning, Mr. Marcus Romaine.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Marcus.
Glad to be back.
Yep. Nice to have you. We had a good time last week. And we're going to bring an old regular on. This is her third season. And Miss Remy, the poor Giants fan, she'll have something to say about that, I'm sure.
Nothing to say No, I'm just used to it.
I feel your pain.
I know. I saw the show last week, Marcus. Yeah. I saw you last week. I'm like, oh, another Giants fan. Yay.
Right. We thought you would have thought like maybe veal parmesans would have been, he would have been feeding him veal parmesans. It would have got him motivated, but he couldn't do it. That's like that's a hometown guy. That's a hometown story. If he could, but they got rid of Wink Martindale, right? So who'd they get to coach this year? The Giants? Did they hire a head coach yet?
No, our head coach is Dayball. He was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Oh, who? Yeah. Oh, who was the defensive? Wink.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're keeping the same head coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're going to lose again.
It's only his second.
He's 1-1. He had a good playoff year the year before this year.
He was the coach of the year before. He's not going anywhere. Exactly. He made Josh Allen. He's not going anywhere. He just didn't have a team to coach.
My only connection with the Giants was their old general manager. I grew up with Dave Gettleman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Get him on the show.
I'm not a fan of him. Sorry.
Nobody was.
Yeah, he was god awful. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
He ruined he really made a mockery of Eli in his career. I hate him. Sorry. Don't hate him. I don't hate anybody, but
you're entitled. No problem.
I don't hate anybody, but I should have
worn
my
we have Remy, it's nice to see you, and Marcus, good to have you.
I'm only here for a short time now. I got to jump off in about 10 or so.
Well, that's okay. We, as long as we get to see you, which is nice. And So let's see. Since you don't have a lot of time, do you have a prediction of today before we get into some other stuff?
I was battling with this last night before when I thought about coming on. I'm like, I never like to go against Mahomes, but if the 49ers get behind in this game, they're not going to catch up like they did with Detroit and with Green Bay. First, Detroit's coach is not better. He's better. And he's not going to make stupid mistakes. He's going to go for 3 and not 4th and 2 and twice and lose by a field goal, which I said would happen as soon as he missed that. Right. And you hate to go against Mahomes, but you know what? I'm going to 27-24 49ers. I'm going to do it. And every time I go against Mahomes, I lose. So let's see if the 3rd time's a charm, 4th time's a charm.
Right. And it's funny because they were not the 49ers. They could have easily lost that game. Now, if you're talking about like this, the hands of God getting in the game.
Joseph, who leaves. Here's Purdy with a lot of time. Steps into one. Launching deep, going for Brandon Ayuk. It is. Oh, he caught it off the ricochet.
Ooh, that was
Right?
nice.
If that's not like, and they were down, they were losing.
Johnson in for Joseph, who leaves. Here's Purdy with a lot of time. Steps into one. Launching deep, going for Brandon Ayuk. It is. Oh, he caught it off the ricochet.
Unbelievable, right?
Yep.
Well, I say if he
Unbelievable.
goes, if he kicks the field goal when it was 4th and 2 and they go up by 20,
Right.
that play probably doesn't even exist. So it's the hands of God. Yeah, as soon as they made that play, I'm like, oh, they're going to win the game. But then when they only lost by a field goal and he had 2 times to get those field goals and went for it on 4th down. I love him. He's a great coach. The team loves him. It's just an experience. And
I think, he should have went for the field goal. He went for
he does that. They're backpedaling even more. He that gave them a little bit of momentum, even though they didn't score going into the half. But then he did it again, and it was just like you just can't.
They're a young team, but they still have to take advantage of those moments. So there's no guarantees.
Absolutely.
Back
you think they should have went? You think it was a good call, Marcus?
I think they should have went for the field goals.
Right. That's what.
Definitely the field goal.
Definitely.
Yep, definitely.
Like this isn't the time. Like you need to stay in the game. Not be behind when you're paying your kickers. Get them in there. Get your points. And so here was another blunder for them.
Here is Gibbs up the middle. He runs into a wall, and the ball came out. Ball is loose. Who's got it? 49ers.
You don't fumble this time of year.
No, but it's Detroit just had 2 bad, plus the field goal. They had some bad situations for themselves. So it's too bad because I think that they were a better team. And that's the scary thing for today. So we're going to see what happens.
I thought I was going 2 for 2 with my predictions after the first half, and then
right. You had Detroit. I had San Francisco. Yeah. Lou, who did you have?
I'll take the winner.
No, who did you have last week? Oh, you picked. I forgot who you picked.
I picked which game?
I think you picked Detroit, right?
I picked Detroit. Yeah,
and Kansas City.
Yeah,
and Kansas City. I picked. I don't know who I picked. I picked San Francisco though, and. Mario, what did you think of? Did you see both games?
Yes.
And how did you feel about either one? Did you have a favor in either one?
Nah, neither one. My team ain't in it. It sucks.
Right.
We got to get a new coach.
For who? Who are you? You're a Cowboys guy?
Yes.
You need a new quarterback. I am not a Dak Prescott fan either.
Me either. I mean, we definitely need a new quarterback. If we had a new quarterback, we'd be undefeated.
If,
right.
We're eventually gonna get a good quarterback because everybody's talking about trading him anyway. We want somebody better.
It's so tough. You don't even know. Like, let me see. I did it last week. Let me see if I still got it. I updated it. I hope I brought it in. Yeah, I did. So I did a little comparison with Brady and Brock Purdy. How, like, you just don't know because you have the draft coming up and you got these top guys. But look at you don't know what's going to happen. How many top guys dropped out, and you got Brock Purdy was last, and,
right?
But he's got a good team behind. You don't know, like a Lamar Jackson on the 49ers. If you got a good offensive line, it changes your whole game. If you get time to throw, it changes your game. So, but my thing is Brock Purdy's height. So I don't know. I don't know the line for.
I'll toss this out. You got to Mahomes and Reed. You got to compare to Belichick and Brady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is his 4th. How many did he win? How many did? How
7.
many has?
7.
No,
7.
how many Mahomes? This is his
2.
fourth. He's won
He's
2.
Yeah,
2.
he has 2.
Two.
Mhm.
Yep.
And he
You know, you
lost to
got-
Brady. The other one he lost to was to Brady with Tampa.
Oh,
Yeah, with
Right.
Tampa.
Yeah, because coaching's going to be key. Shanahan's got to see if he's changed his way of adjusting, because he's been criticized for that, for his game plan.
Who has?
That's true.
Shanahan.
Yeah,
Shanahan.
Cal Shanahan.
He can't pull out. He can't win he can't sustain his leads, and he can't like come back from the back, and
Yeah,
he makes the bad calls. And I mean, he should have won the Super Bowl with Atlanta, but
yeah.
It was his game management that they questioned.
Yeah, 20-point lead, and they blew it. Yeah, something like that.
And there's going
Which
to be a
one?
microscope
Which game
on the
did they
coach in
blow?
this thing.
Atlanta and Patriots. Remember,
Oh,
they had like a 20-point lead at halftime and
right.
just collapsed at the second half.
What do you think of the matchups we got as far as the running back? So you got McCaffrey, and you got is Pacheco their back? Who's
Yeah.
their back?
Yeah, Pacheco's the
And-
lead back.
Yeah. And
I don't even make McCaffrey a running back anymore. I just make him a utilized everything thing. He's
like-
running
he-
back.
Yes, he is.
He's like
Updated this
He's
weekend
like
with tight
Taysom Hill.
ends. Here's Purdy to start the second quarter. Get it out to McCaffrey. One-on-one. McCaffrey breaks the tackle. McCaffrey down the sideline. Still on his feet.
He's an
Surging
animal.
forward. McCaffrey stopped
Just
near the
does so
5,
much for
I
that
think.
team.
he's
He's
just
been
a
watching
beast.
Taysom Hill.
He's a beast. You know, he
Definitely.
like, and he doesn't seem that big. You know, but he
And he's a team player. He's like, don't feed
Yeah.
me the ball. If I'm open, feed me. But you know, he just is all about like, I want to win. I don't care who catches. If I don't get one catch, I'm fine with
Right.
that.
I would
Right.
say though, San Francisco's defense has been real friendly towards the run the past 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So it's a
Oh, you
chance
mean
that-
allowing the
allow
other team?
a lot of rushing yards. Yeah.
Yeah, they've had to come back from a lot. I mean, they've had to come back from a lot to win those 2 games. I
Yeah.
mean, they give up their defense isn't their strong as they were 2 years ago or the year before, where that was going to get them in there. It's been
Right.
more their offense this year, so their defense, they don't have the whole combination. Same with the but that's the matchup too, where it's opposite now. It's the defense for the Chargers is the hot spot, and they're not as dominant on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, they got a new coach coming in too, right?
Yeah.
Chargers.
Who? Andy, if he retired, who? Andy Reid?
No, the Chargers. You're talking about the Chiefs.
Oh,
You
yeah.
meant the Chiefs.
I meant the
Oh,
Chiefs. I don't know why I
Yeah.
said the Chargers.
Right.
I'm in California, I guess that's why.
Right.
I can't wait for that to see Harbaugh take
Take
Herbert
over.
and make him a
Yeah.
superstar, even though he's already a superstar, but make him a real superstar. That's going to be
Yeah, I
exciting.
mean, they
Make him a winning
got
superstar.
Yeah.
maybe you gotta, we gotta be interesting to do a draft show and see what people need, because the Chargers, they had a horrible season of what they were predicted to do. They just did not perform the way Herbert signed a big contract, and I think they just were very, very underperforming. And
They had a lot
yeah,
of
like when I
talent.
would take teams, I would go against them.
Yes.
Anyone a big football pool player? Not necessarily gambling, but football pools. Who
I
plays
used, to
football
be,
pools?
I used to be, but I don't know enough people in LA to do a pool, so I just do
Right.
DraftKings every Sunday.
Right, right. Because the Chargers were one of the teams that screwed me. They always screwed me, so I didn't know what to do with them. Here's the Chiefs running.
Play action and run it. We've seen the screen working already. Looking, diving under.
Pacheco's been playing like a reincarnated Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
So it's something
Yeah.
to keep an eye in coming into the Super Bowl game.
Right. Yeah. And if he starts running, that's going to open it up for Kelsey to be open.
Well, if Taylor makes it back from Japan, all bets are off, guys. I'll take out my prediction
They said she's in Los Angeles already.
already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's-
Playing in Los
she's supposed to
Angeles.
be
Why'd he
back.
go to Japan? Was he looking for good food?
No, she was in
Oh,
concert.
she had a
Two
concert in
concerts.
Japan.
She had
She's
a
flying
concert,
back.
left her concert and flew here. She's gonna be
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I have a
On that
cousin
note,
that went to
A
the
Swift
concert.
kick.
I have to jump off on that note, but good luck today. Like I said, I'm going.
Well, you know what? Let me wait. I want to get a
A prediction.
female perspective on this. Let me hang on. Where is it? Here it is. So Mahomes' brother tried to join a party and hit Patrick Mahomes' wife. So here's the reaction. There's no audio. So he's trying to get into the VIP area, and there's the wife, and she's like, you can't get in. And you're like, I don't care. And she's now I wonder, like this guy's trouble. Do you think that she already prepped the guy, telling him don't even let him in? You think that's possible?
Yep.
Yo,
It's a
definitely.
possibility.
Definitely.
Yeah, because he's with her. He's with her for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
She easy say no, don't let him
What
in.
would you do in a situation of that guy, Jackson
First
Mahomes?
of all, why is Mahomes' wife going out with the brother to a club right before the?
Oh
Super
no,
Bowl?
it's probably their party. It looks like it looks like an arena. It doesn't look like a club.
And I gave my invitation
Or
away.
something.
It says
Or maybe it's maybe it's a concert.
It says it's a club.
Yeah, maybe it's a concert.
Brothers
Yeah, maybe it's a concert,
right? At the club. It's called the club. It is a place.
Yeah.
It's called the club.
Oh yeah, she's probably hanging out with some friends, and he can't go out, Mahomes. So, but I just think that she I want nothing to do with you. Like,
Oh no, she's already in there, and he can't get in, and she's like, "That's too bad. I'm just your sister-in-law. She can't help him."
Right.
She's already in.
Like she don't care.
Yeah.
But I think she may have told the bouncer, like she makes no effort to go, hey, let him in. And she's dancing. She's like, I don't care.
Full video? Do you think there's some parts we're missing from this video? It may be a chance that he actually got in.
Like she don't want him there.
That's what it looked like. It looked like she don't want nothing to do with him there.
It looked like the brother sent the brother to watch the wife.
Right.
It looks
no,
like
I don't think so. He hangs out. He's a low life. I think he's a low life. That guy.
Yeah,
isn't he always in trouble? He's got trouble, right?
Yeah,
and she wants nothing to do with him. So something goes wrong. All of a sudden, she's involved. Patrick's involved. Just stay out of the party. Remy, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. Have fun today.
Hopefully
Enjoy your parties if you're going to them.
You got it.
See you next time.
Bye, Rem. So let's see what we got here. What game? What do I have? Let me just see.
Get it to the flat.
Oh, this is
right throwing. What a catch! That was Kelsey pulling it down for the first down
is so
on
good.
a 4th and 2.
Then you have a chance to win this game.
Well, last week, Houston did not have a single snap inside the 25. Here's Kansas City from the 19, throwing at the goal line, and it's caught by Kelsey for the touchdown.
Kelsey is no joke.
I don't want to like him,
Yeah,
but
he's good.
He's great.
Good. The only difference is today's game, every time he does something good, there'll be a cutaway up to the VIP box.
Oh, that's what I don't want to see.
That's going to happen. Yeah.
And
you know it's going to happen. As much as we don't want to see it, it's going to happen.
Everybody will be taking a drink then. They'll be having drinking games on how many times they cut away.
Yeah.
Is any of the betting parlors have how many times they show her?
They do. They have something. I saw something on Twitter on how many, how are they going to go to her? Are they going to go to him? Like, go to her once. That's it. You already got the crowd.
Yeah.
Don't go to her every time there's a play. Here's another.
Mahomes backpedals to the 37. He's got time.
Look at that time.
All kinds of time. Now escapes.
He got all day.
Fires it at the last second.
What a great catch.
In the pocket.
So they had the time and an unbelievable. Kelsey is unbelievable.
He's unstoppable. He gets the ball in his hands. That's a wrap.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like a Gronkowski, and unbelievable. And who does San Francisco have? They have Deebo Samuel,
George Kittle.
George Kittle's good.
The best tight end not dating Taylor Swift.
All right.
No, she's a wide receiver.
Right. I was watching this one. Watch this little pump. He doesn't even throw the ball, and Mahomes, and it goes so far. He just pumps it out there.
He gets the protection. He goes long and on his back.
That was a big play.
Yeah.
That iced the game right there.
That was huge. Yes. And he didn't even, do you see how he didn't even throw it? He here, watch the beginning. Watch how he just tosses it up.
He gets the protection. He goes long and on his back.
It's got to
Wow.
be like a 50-yard throw,
Right.
you know? And
Gonna throw out one name that's gonna make a difference today.
yeah.
Boza.
Yeah,
If he gets his 2 or 3 sacks, it's gonna make a difference.
I'm with
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah, I
How many
agree.
did he have last week? He had
Yeah,
I don't
he had
remember.
like 2 last week,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I think this is going to be a great game.
On the fake. Pressure on Goff. He's in trouble, and Bosa's got his second sack of the day.
Lou, how do you like my my tape calling?
Good. I'm glad we consulted before we went on the air.
took some time.
Okay, here's another one. Purdy. I think he's gonna have 2 picks.
I think
You
there's a
think
good
what?
chance he can get 2 picks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's going to have 2 picks?
Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
You know, that's going to be interesting to the turnover situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if he has a bad game, he has a bad game.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have a lot of them, right? Marcus, what do you think? You might have some.
When it's bad, it's bad. But I think they're playing in Las Vegas in a new dome. He doesn't strike me as a guy that will get nervous when the lights come on. So I think it's going to be interesting. I can see him going either way. I can see him having a high turnover game, and I can see him also going for over 250 and doing the back and forth with Patrick Mahomes. So I think it's very interesting. But a lot of questions will be answered after this game.
Yeah.
I think if the 49ers go down in the first quarter first, they're going to lose it. Because the odds of them coming back is not that good. They got lucky the first couple times, but, you know, that was some luck.
It's Patrick Mahomes, too, they're going to have to come back on. That's a different quarterback.
that is true.
Yeah.
So let's see. Mario, first play of the game for KC and San Francisco. What do you think? Let's see. I'm going to record all this. I want to see. I have my thought. What do you think the first play for KC will be? What do you think the first play for San Francisco will be?
Well, I think the first play, Kansas City, you know, they're known for throwing the ball most of the time. So they're going to open it up with a first long play and see what they can do with that. And if the doors is open, then they just going to let it rain.
I agree.
So that's interesting. They're going to just pop it out right away and see if all of a sudden they get a 30-yard gain.
20-yard post play. Yep. They can do it.
They're going to take an early lead with at least a field goal.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. That. I don't think 49ers could really hold those guys.
Well, their weakness is the defense.
Once they get hot, Kansas City get hot, that's a wrap.
I think the bottom line, you can take the score. It's going to be the same either way. 27-24 KC, 27-24 San Francisco.
Lose 20. Tim, what do you think? What do you think first plays of the game?
Well, I probably would pick a run for 49ers with Christian McCaffrey. And the other thing I want to remind you guys is Deebo Samuels has now had 2 weeks to recover from shoulder surgery.
Yes.
And I think Deebo's the dark horse in this. If he's healthy, he can be a game breaker.
Yeah.
You know, he's the kind of the X factor for the 49ers. I think he can, everybody's kind of put him on the shelf because all the other folks. And I think that could be a difference maker. But
didn't McCaffrey go out of the game at the end of the game 2 weeks ago, and they had that other running back who scored the touchdown? But I think McCaffrey got hurt at the end of the game. I don't know what his status is. I'm sure he's playing.
They've got 2 weeks to recover. So I think a lot of those guys, Kittle and everybody else, they're going to be healthy. So I think that's going to be a big plus. The other thing is, and I'll agree with Lou to beat a dead horse, Kansas City has like one of the tackles isn't playing. They got like a backup tackle, and Bosa is going to have a field day with that backup guy.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
like it's so hard to have a good offensive line, and if one of your guys is not there, your sub is, because he'll be starting. A good player is going to be starting somewhere else.
Right.
So
I could see Boza having a field day with that guy. And remember, they had one, I forget, was it the Packers or somebody? And Boza he got holding calls on that tackle like 3 consecutive times. And that was a huge difference in one of the games.
Interesting.
Yeah. He can, even if he doesn't get the sack, if you can get the tackle for holding, that's equally as good.
Right. And if he gets in the pressure, I think San Francisco secondary is going to have to be important here and be tight, because if he's going to pressure him, if Kelsey gets open, or I don't know, who's their other receiver? They got to have somebody else. I'm sure.
Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Oh yeah, he's good.
The other thing is,
Tim.
Kansas City, remember, led the league in drops, and it seems like they've gotten over it a little bit. But
in cough drops?
Yeah, ball drops. Yeah, they were. If you remember the one where Mahomes threw a tantrum, he was hitting them in the chest with passes, and they were dropping right and left. If they go back to the drops in this game, the 49ers will roll.
I'm surprised Tony is saying the comments he's saying because of what you just said, Tim. He's been dropping balls all year.
Yeah, exactly.
Now he wants to complain about what's happening in the postseason. I guess we got with him for a reason.
And he's been getting hit in the chest. It wasn't like he was leaping and dropping them. He was getting hit.
Exactly.
Hit between.
Which guy are you talking about?
Kadarius Toney.
Oh, yeah. That's we're gonna see. Marcus, what do you think? First play of the game, which teams?
So I agree with Mario and I agree with Tim. I think San Francisco is going to run it first play, and I think the Chiefs will test the waters, try to air it out and get a big play, build on momentum, try to put the pressure on Brock to make them plays right away, and I think that's how the game will start.
Yeah, because I think that San Francisco will try to play McCaffrey first play, see if he can get through and set a tone, or is he going to get dropped and then they're going to try it again? And be interesting if these guys get 4 and outs on the first one, or these are some big plays. Let me pull these in. I want to pull these. Let's see. And it was interesting that it happened. And I'm going to show you 2. Here we go. So remember this one. This was a huge play.
There's team on here. 2nd and 8 from the 9. Jackson to Flowers. He dives. The ball came out. It's recovered by Kansas City. Did the ball come out before he broke the play?
Yeah. I think you're right.
They're calling it a touchback and recovery on the field. This is a call that could determine the whole game right here.
Snead,
It's out.
who has played at the highest level this entire season, Jim. Snead has defended the other team's.
Damn.
Now watch the irony, though. The week before, watch the irony.
Y qué jugada esta, porque Kansas City estaba a centímetros de anotar.
Yeah.
Que es muy injusta, es muy dura, ¿no? En donde finalmente sale el balón por las diagonales, que se le da la defensiva sin hacer
that stuff never happens at all, and it happened to the same
Pero bueno,
team
mientras
and
se
against
mantiene
the
esa
same
polémica
team
y mientras cambia la
in 2
regla.
consecutive playoff games.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oficiales.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. That that never happens, a touchback like that, and it happened to Kansas City, and then it happened for Kansas City in the next game. So that's so all right. Let's go around the room. We'll get some predictions, and we will say goodbye. So maybe we'll get some more preview stuff. Mario? So what's your prediction in today?
I say Frisco. If Frisco get out and head, it could be an easy 27-24.
Easy.
Yeah, because they got. I mean, now let's get real though. Frisco, if they get hot, they can go somewhere.
Yep.
They can really go somewhere if they get hot.
Oh, if McCaffrey's going and he's using his receivers, they could totally. I mean, they had a great season.
They could win this. I'll predict 27, maybe 27, 20, 21, maybe something like that. 3-point difference.
All righty, Marcus, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with experience. I'm gonna go with the guy who been there. So the safe bet. I'll just say it like that because I do like both teams. It's hard. I'll go.
That
with
is
the
a
safe
big
bet.
thing. Experience is huge because you're used to what's going on.
And Patrick Mahomes is comfortable there. It's back to back the last 3 out of the 4 years. So I think being that comfortable and having that experience will give them the edge. So I'll go with the Chiefs.
Right. And McCaffrey, this is his first. When was San Francisco in? Like 3 years ago? When were they in
This is McCaffrey's first. This is Brock's first and McCaffrey's first.
Right. So we don't know if Brock is a big game player. McCaffrey, I think, is a total big game player. That guy is he's going to come out like a bullet.
Yeah. I think he's excited to be there. And I think, too, just to get the flowers and the ceremony, I think a Taylor Swift and Kelsey celebration seems fitting to end this NFL season. I think it seems fitting to end this.
But you know what? I think Frisco wants it. I think they hungry, man. I think they hungry because they've been there a couple times and they just didn't get it across the field. So right now, I think they got something to prove, and they're gonna be playing real hard.
I think so too. I agree.
Lou, what do you got on this one? You said either way. You just picked a score.
Let's put it this way: if
you're an over/under guy,
Kansas City 31-27 if they win.
Wow.
San Francisco 27-24 if they win.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good
two
game
bets.
either
You
way.
can't lose with two bets.
That's correct.
Well, you can lose with two bets. I think if you book with the bet, you lose the edge. You lose. What do you got, Tim? What do you think?
I think the Chiefs have been wildly overhyped. I think the Taylor Swift thing is a huge distraction.
Yeah.
And I'm really rooting for Mr. Irrelevant because I don't think the game is too big for him. I think he's got the attitude of, hey, people have been doubting me all my life, so I'm used to it. So I say 49ers 30-27. Like I said, keep your eye on Deebo Samuels because I think he's the X factor if he's healthy and they throw him out there. And the Bosa, I'm with Lou on that. I think Bosa, if they have that backup tackle, Bosa will just, even if he won't sack him, they'll get holding calls 3 or 4 times. So 30.
Everybody's looking at fairly high scoring game here.
Yeah.
Like over 50 points. I guess, and it really maybe it does depend on who's going to have the better defense. Which team is really going to stop the other team? Otherwise, if both teams are going to roll through, it's going to be a tough day for both teams. But I think I'm hoping for San Francisco. I think Kansas City is the better team. I'm hoping for San Francisco. I would like to see the 49ers. I got my old school 49ers jersey on, the gold. I love the gold.
Do you guys think it's a lot of pressure on the coaches this game too?
A little bit.
I think
Especially
Shanahan.
Yeah.
Well, let's see something here. Where am I going? Here we go. We got our 2 helmets here. These are great colors. We finally got good colors. I don't know what they're wearing, but except both teams have red, which is kind of unusual. But gold, and I hope they're good colors in the game.
Hey, before we go, put me full. I want to show Mario something. Mario, the last time you guys won a Super Bowl, those are 2 of the cheerleaders.
Wow.
That's cool. That's really cool. That's cool. And that's cool.
I mean it with love. I'm not busting.
Oh man, we'll get one in the next year or 2.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be in New Orleans next year.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay. I thought I'd throw that in for a little levity.
That was funny. That was good though. I liked it.
Well, I'm a joker.
Cowboys gonna come up though. Watch and see. Within 2 years, they're gonna have a Super Bowl.
And Jerry won't be crying.
Yeah.
We're only one player away from a Super Bowl. All we need really is a quarterback. Our defense is pretty good. Our offense is good.
You've been one player away for how many years now? Let's see.
That has to do with the coach. That has to do with the coach.
Yes, it is.
So Mario, make a prediction. What do they need? What do they got to do for next year?
They need a new quarterback.
But it's not going to happen, right?
Through the draft, through trade.
There's some kind of discussion about he can't handle it. So it might be he might get traded.
Yeah, Jerry will impulse.
You know, I would get rid of him at this point. He's not.
I mean, he can't show up when it's time to show up. He already showed he can't show up.
Yeah.
Him and Lamar Jackson should be on the same team and just alternate games.
Yeah.
You know, that's they're in the same. Marcus, what do you think of the Giants next year?
Nothing at all. Nothing at all yet.
Let's see if I got a picture of the Giants here. Hang on.
Tim, you're a Cardinals man, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Buffalo. You're a Buffalo?
Well, Cardinals too. I think,
what do you think?
They're doing some good stuff. I think Gannon's a real deal, and the coaches that they have are good. I think they did an amazing job with what they had for talent this year. So
I thought Kyler Murray was going to do much better.
He really didn't have a lot around him. So I think that's half the trouble. I think
I like him. I really was hoping for him.
If they trade down and get a lot of draft picks and build up their lines, or they're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr. and he is a game breaker, but they got so many holes. They'd be better off trading that pick down and getting
right.
Yeah, that's the key. Like you could have anybody if you can't give your quarterback time, it doesn't matter who you got back there.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
It's a waste of time.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Like
Odell Beckham with the Giants, it's you're not going to star if your quarterback can't throw. So
no, and Beckham, what a great. Let me see. I got something with Purdy showed that he could run a little bit.
Detroit secondary, by the way. Here's Purdy. Good play. Looking around, pressure, steps up, going to run, has a little room. Purdy with a nice move, first down. Purdy still going.
Nice.
Down to the 5.
And if they could do that, they might be able to pull the Super Bowl off.
Yeah, I think so.
You got to have a couple of. I don't want to say trick plays. I don't want to say trick plays because I don't like trick plays. Those are gimmicky, and if you're counting on that, but if you have a strategy where if Purdy knows he sees an opening and tell him to go.
Yeah.
That's what drove me crazy in the Lions game. I was telling Goff and screaming at the TV, tuck it under your arm and run once in a while. You're a freaking stats.
Right.
Did the TV scream back at you?
No, unfortunately.
See, that's the thing. When I was a quarterback, I didn't second guess myself. Like if I saw a hole open and none of my receivers and nobody was open, I was gone.
Right.
Yeah, but you had the green light from the coach.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But Mario, you know what people don't get? Like, because again, people watch on TV, they don't see it, and there's no really perspective. Everybody's the same height on TV. When you're a quarterback and you're dropping back, people don't realize that you got at least 4 guys that are 250 and above coming at you with their hands up, right?
Full speed,
and you're trying
things about your mother,
trying to look for an opening, and that ain't easy to do.
No.
No. You got 3 seconds, unless you're going to scramble. So, people don't see that aspect of it, the perspective. And what level did you play at? Were you college or high school or?
I played for Valley College.
So it'd be interesting, sometime to have you come on and talk about, maybe like what a quarterback goes through and, signals and what he's looking at on the defense and how he motions his players to move. Because I didn't know, I forgot he was a San Francisco cornerback. He doesn't play anymore. He was a friggin' a monster. He was I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but he was a hard hitter. And he was showing me some video one time, and I didn't know it. And it's like the quarterback is looking at the defense, and he's getting his guy in motion to see if the defense is going to move. And if they don't move, he's got to, he's adjusting in his head what he wants to do. I mean, every movement has something going on in his head.
Right.
So it's interesting, to talk about that at some point.
Here's a good question. We're having this discussion in New Orleans now. They picked the offensive coordinator without consulting with the starting quarterback. Mario, did you have input with the offensive coordinator?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Well, New Orleans, they picked one, and they didn't even consult with the quarterback.
Yeah.
Wow.
They might not believe
they're getting what's the kid's name from San Francisco? His dad played in the NFL.
Wait, but who's for New Orleans though? They don't even really have a regular quarterback, do they?
Supposed to be Carr.
Yeah, pretty much so. It was Carr. Pretty much so.
Derek Carr.
They used Taysom Hill and they used Jameis or
Winston.
But it was Carr. Yeah, it was Carr.
Right, but do you think they're going to be shooting for a quarterback, or you think they're solid with Carr?
They're saying they're solid with Carr. But the thing that was interesting, he didn't have any input on who his coordinator is going to be.
That's crazy right there.
Because they don't have another choice.
That right there should never happen.
Nope.
Yeah.
But
that should never happen.
The talk shows were going crazy here when that happened.
Yeah, and Arizona,
right?
Yeah, Kyler really likes Drew Pensick, who's the quarterback and offensive coordinator of the Cardinals. He said he's much happier with him than he was with Kingsbury.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Well, it'd
Where
be
did
interesting
Kingsbury
because
just commit to as well. I think Cliff, he just got another job. I think as an offensive coordinator.
What is it? Seahawks, I think, picked him up.
Might have been Seahawks, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks picked him up, yeah.
how much shuffling you think is going to go around, like right after the Super Bowl, a week or two? You think there's going to be a lot of shuffling with the head coaches? Like, are there still teams that are still looking?
No, the head coaches are set, but offensive and defensive coordinators are still openings, I think.
They hired Clint Kubiak. They'll announce it tonight after the game.
I watch some of these games, and I do not understand some of these calls by these offensive coordinators. I'm thinking, are you really calling that? You're 3rd and 9, and you're calling a screen pass, and
but
I don't get these calls.
Todd, you got to also too remember. Here's your head coach on the sideline. He's calling them too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just think people. There's a lot of people, and not everyone. I'm a big believer that just like players, there are some coaches that are outstanding and most are not. Just like some players, you got outstanding quarterbacks, most are not. Outstanding wide receivers, some good ones, but then you got your lower tier. I don't believe many coaches are that bright.
Any one of us 5 sitting here right now could coach a team if we had the horses. If you don't have the horses, you're not going to succeed.
Well, that's what we're saying. Like a Dak Prescott or a Lamar Jackson, you put them on San Francisco with a Christian McCaffrey and an offensive line that's going to hold off the defense. That changes your game.
It does.
That's a whole different thing. So,
that's true.
Right. Well, all right. We got our predictions in. I'm glad everybody came to join. It was a good show. And we will probably have a post game to review the game and interesting stuff. And then we'll have a draft show beforehand. And then next season, I'm looking for a revamp of this show. I don't know if we're going to do NBA.
You got to do NBA or I'm gone.
Lou wants to do. So for those who don't know,
I'm with Lou on that one.
Lou used to produce the Boston Celtics TV games.
Philadelphia.
And who else?
Philadelphia.
Hey.
You did the Sixers?
Yeah, I did the Sixers for 2 seasons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was with Charles for 2 years.
When was that? What years were that?
Let's see. That was 90 to 92.
Oh, okay.
That was the time he walked in the locker room. I'll just give you a hint from my book. Charles walks in the locker room, and we had a player named Armin Gilliam. Nice man, nice man. And every player has their way of getting into their pregame ritual, and his way was reading a book. Charles walked in and says, Armin, what's that in your hand? And he looks up dryly and says, Charles, it's something you've never opened, a book.
That's funny.
Then anyways, after Philly, I moved to Charlotte. I was with the Hornets with Muggsy and that crowd for 9 years. Moved to New Orleans. Been in New Orleans now for 22 years. The Hornets became the Pelicans, and I retired in 2016. That was it.
Wow.
Right. Right. Yeah, he's been around the block. He's worked with some great players going back to the great Celtic days. And
you probably know my cousin then.
Who?
Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah, I met Gilbert.
Gilbert. U of A guy.
Are you guys close? Are you close cousins or far?
Yeah, that's my first cousin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, great player for University of Arizona.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good guy. Yeah.
So
it's funny because
wait, Mario, if someone says to you, "What's your favorite arenas?" you say Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
What were you going to say, though? What were you going to say?
I could have went pro basketball. I was getting drafted, but I had messed up my knee. I was going to go to the Clippers. I was the #1 in the state for 3 years. I went to Poly University.
Who was the owner?
Excuse me?
Who was the owner? Was it
back then?
Sterling?
Sterling.
Sterling.
Oh,
yeah.
That man was a disgrace. A disgrace to the NBA.
Lou, I remember when Adam Silver did the press conference, and no one picked this up. I called it this on Donald Sterling. I called it the Sterling Silver press conference.
Oh wow!
Nobody had that, but so that's too bad, Mario. So you hurt your knee, and
so he played football instead.
No, I started off with football.
Oh, this was later. Okay.
Yeah, I started off with football. See, I was what you call an All-American. I played every sports good. I played football, basketball, baseball. I ran track. I was on a dive team, swim team, martial arts. I did it all.
But you had one label. You were a tweener.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way.
My favorite two sports was pretty much football and basketball, and that's what I put all my dedication into. And I could have went pro, man. I based my game off of Kobe and Michael Jordan. That's all. That's who they said I played like. I averaged like 29 points a game.
Wow.
5 steals a game. Yeah, a lot of rebounds.
How tall are you?
6'2.5".
So that knee really stopped you.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
What was the injury?
My knee, I had orthoscopic, and then I had my cartilage. The cartilage in between the bone is no more cartilage, so now it's just bone rubbing against bone.
Yep.
So then, what happens? Does that stop does that slow you down, or like what's the consequence?
It kind of slowed me down because I couldn't jump and move as fast as I once wanted to because I was afraid that if I move a certain way that my knee might pop out again, So I was having those issues. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's
and if
little injuries.
If the Clippers were doing due diligence, they knew that.
Yeah.
Right.
So that messed me up, but it's all good. Things happen for a reason.
Well, that's a good thing. Well, you're in LA, and new chapters of life. We all have chapters in life.
Well, for the next 2 days, avoid New Orleans because it's going to be crazy here.
Why is it going to be crazy? Is it Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras. Monday Gras and Fat Tuesday.
Oh, is that going to happen during the Super Bowl next year?
They'll scare. The only thing that won't happen during Super Bowl next year and Mardi Gras, the Pelicans will be out of town.
Oh.
There'll be 850,000 people. What's going on with
Zion Williamson? Is he still playing?
Yeah, he's playing reasonably well.
Yeah.
My only criticism of him, and again, it's not a criticism, it's the way he's built. He reminds me of a Brad Daugherty type. He's very big on the top, very thin legs. And he gets down.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a criticism. It's him.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's a team guy. They played this West Coast trip that you guys should have seen. They played well out there. They did, I think, 3 out of 4. The only one they lost to was LeBron, which they should have won.
Yeah.
They destroyed. Who else was it? Utah. They destroyed Portland, I believe, and they lost. No, they destroyed the Clippers, and they lost to Portland. I think it was. I don't know.
Wow.
There's only 82 of them, so I don't remember them all. I'm getting old.
Right.
I'm about to go to New Orleans soon.
For what? What are you heading over there for?
You can find me.
I'm doing a show called The Juice Serve Code. It's a TV series, also a theater. It's like a new show that we created. It's like one of the first shows of its kind because it's like a talk show / it's like a feel between Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, okay. And what's your role? What is your
You
role?
mean you're going to wear a big dress like Medea?
No, I don't wear dresses. No dresses for me.
What's your role?
I'm one of the lead stars in it.
Okay.
I'm actually the son that takes over the family money. I'm the one that wins all the money. Everybody else is fighting over the money,
Oh,
and
so
I'm the
it's
one.
scripted.
Who's producing it?
Juice.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Juice.
We do a lot of shoots down here. We do a lot of stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did Queen Sugar here. We did.
Oh, wow.
The movies that we do here are phenomenal. We've had something like 6 Best Pictures. The Butler, The Big Short. Daddy's
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done.
Wait,
we've done
Mario,
a lot.
I'm Jewish. Which Jews are producing it?
No, like Dave Chappelle says, you don't start a sentence with the Jews.
Her name is Peggy Branch, but like she's this is her first show.
Yeah.
We just did the whole season. We had our premiere at the Santa Monica Theater.
Yeah.
And we had a lady named, what's her name again? She's very big in the Screen Actors Guild. Her name is Gail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Congratulations that it's going on.
Hey, Mario, do me a favor. Private message me on Facebook. We'll get together for lunch when you get a chance.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely love to do that.
Yeah. And we'll raid your crafts table, and that way you won't have to miss anything.
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Yeah, the last thing I was in was Unhinged with Russell Crowe.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that was a big movie.
Yeah. I'm in the last scene. I'm a crime scene investigator in the background.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. That's cool. I mean, I just got so many movies coming out right now. I did a movie with Marcus. Well, I did 3 movies with Marcus Houston. Best Friends is out on Tubi. Still Here is out on Tubi. And I just did a movie called Breach with Marcus Houston. And I'm about to go to Arizona pretty soon, too, because I have a Western cowboy movie I'm about to do as well.
That's nice.
Not Black Bart.
Oh.
Nah, it's kind of like Tombstone. We filming where Tombstone was filmed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of it's going to be a good Western movie.
Oh, Tombstone was the one with Wyatt Earp, right? With Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
I love when Val Kilmer. He's like,
if you ever run into Anthony Mackie, you tell him you know me.
I definitely will.
He's I'm his rabbi.
Oh, all right. For sure.
No, metaphorically, not really.
Well, listen, thanks everybody for coming on. That was great. Hopefully we'll see everybody again soon. Everybody's got their little endeavors going on, which is great. Congratulations to everybody, whatever you're pursuing, and best of luck with it. Hope to see you guys on the next show, which may be soon. But Lou, I think we'll incorporate some NBA this year.
Please.
And NFL we love. NFL, the weekly show we love, and we're gonna do both. Hopefully, you know, my vision of the on-set living room on-set and the Zoom, incorporate the whole thing because that's fun. And but let's see, we got a good game coming up today. What time is it? It's here. Wait, Alexa, what time is it?
It's howdy doody time.
That's my buddy, Alexa. I'm never lonely without Alexa. Allegra. Alexa. So the game's at 3 o'clock or 3:30 Pacific, right?
3:30, yes.
All right. Well, everybody enjoy the game. It's going to be great. Love having you guys on.
And we'll talk about the commercials.
Yep. Right. Mario, thanks for coming on your first time. Marcus,
Marcus, good to see you again. Mario, pleasure meeting you. Tim, good to see you again.
Lou, wonderful seeing you. And I will
right if you find work.
Say goodbye to everybody. It was a great show. We love having everybody new on and new and old. And we will see you guys next time if I could figure out how to get myself off of here.
Inshallah.
So, you know, I want to end it with one of my favorite clips of the guys that end up losing.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
That's one of my favorite actors of all time. So, you know, thanks everybody for coming, and I'm going to figure out how to, let's see.
Leave the studio.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.